STEAM in the garden. Let kids explore. We start the school year by exploring apples. We cut them, peel them, sort them by color, choose our favorite apple as well. Then we put them in a crock pot with sugar, cinnamon, and we cook it until soft. We blend them. We go into the garden. We plant flowers. We find flowers from last year's crop. We counted these pumpkin seeds. Then we look at strawberries and we count the strawberry seeds as well. We study the plant's life cycle. We read a lot of books about the life cycle of the plants and plant our garden. Again, we're sorting books, we're planting. We use olla pots, fill them with water. That way it seeps into the soil, keeps them humid. They discover clay, so they were playing with it. We write about the garden and put it in the hallway. They read about the garden and they record themselves using Seesaw, so the parents can hear them, give them feedbacks. We had a poem competition with second grade. Again, we're back at the garden looking at insects. We're studying outdoors. We designed a Three Sisters garden, so we worked on planting it, putting gravel in containers, carrying the soil, putting in the buckets, planting the seeds that we grew inside in the buckets. And then we come out and also weed our garden, make sure that the plants are growing. This is first grade writing samples of how they love working in the garden and take care of the planet. They're working as teams, looking at shapes and how they relate to the garden as well. Those ladies help us with the garden with donations. We work with community members like Home Depot, Weaverly Nursery Home, and they give us supplies, materials, and crafts for the students. Here they built a planter, and when it started raining, they got water. A lady came over, a storyteller, telling us about the story of the Three Sisters Gardens. The students shared their progress at home as well. We made bird seeds out of recycled toilet paper rolls. We made bracelets. They had a dirt snack. This is our superintendent. The students are listening to a webinar about ladies from other museums talking about how we can help the soil and the earth. We gave away bags with pellets and seeds so they could have a salad garden. Kids found these beetles and different life cycles. These are samples of the writing again for Earth Day and how they protect our planet. This is some progress of a garden, how it's looking. The kids like to measure themselves with the flowers. We use also our hands, cubes, rulers, yards. And then they lay down, they make drawings and writing of how the garden is growing, how much it's measuring in inches as well. We walk around the school gardens. Again, more books because we read a lot. Then we decided to grow chickens, so we had chickens and incubators in the classroom. The students continue sending their progress on their plans. That's the chicken coop that they're designing. This student nominated me as somebody that's influential. And then my students presented in the DigiCon, talking about how they use Seesaw in the classroom. These are students of mine, they're seniors, and they're still using STEM in developing projects for the communities. Our chickens keep growing. The kids are writing and learning how they can protect their soil, our planet. Some of the chickens didn't grow, so we had to bury them. We go to the library, continue reading, sharing what we read, recording ourselves in Seesaw. Go back to the garden, checking our progress. Continue weeding. The corn is growing really nice and strong. It protects the beans from growing, so it helps them stay up. Dr. Diaz reads to us frequently as well. The kids design a flag. That's another student of mine. Now he's an engineer. And when the student designed the flag, they used their hands and bees because they know bees are important for pollination and growing. We had a town day where each student decides what they want to do when they grow older. And a lot of them wanted to be gardeners, farmers markets. A butterfly landed on him as he was talking, so that was very magical. This student made a connection between what he was reading, our life cycle, and here's our chicken coop. We took the baby chicks to the garden so they can eat the insects. The girls are excited about the sunflowers growing. She made a drawing and a sentence of what she's seen. Again, they're measuring themselves. And we created a poster of the different jobs that we can have outdoors, like a zookeeper, garden, farmer's market, national parks. And during recess, they rather go into the garden and pick up trash or weed and talk amongst themselves than play. We had parents come to school and they presented on the work. They were very proud and parents were very cooperative. So we get a lot of parent involvement with activities like this. And during their work in Seesaw, parents give likes and leave voice messages or recordings so they can write it as well. And you can see students' confidence growing. These students submitted a video to kids gardening and they won. They won because they garden at home and in school. So they come to school and help me water my garden, our garden actually, during the summer months and when they're off. So it's a